Very good morning to one and all. So today's lecture we will discuss about model number 2, amplifier design. In this lecture we basically define the micro amplifier design by using transistor. Lecture number 11, we start with the two-port power gain stability. Now, in any electronic device, mostly in previous lecture we discussed about the filter design, then we start with the amplifier design. In microwave region, the power is most important part because signal amplification is most basic and prevalent circuit function in any modern RF and microwave system. In early, at the second world war, the microwave amplifier, the source are rely on tubes such as Klystron, then traveling wave tube, solid state reflection amplifier based on negative resistance, all these things. But there is a drastic condition improvement, innovation in semiconductor technology, so that the power amplifier may be in new forms. After 1970, most of the microwave amplifiers today are transistor device such as silicon, which are operating frequency range up to 100 gigahertz, which are operated at 100 gigahertz. The example is HBT transistor, MOSFET transistor, all these things. Now, the microwave transistor amplifiers are low cost, reliable, and can easily integrated in both hybrid and monolithic integrated circuit. Transistor amplifier can be used in frequency that excess which work more than 100 gigahertz. So that is why will be discussed with the simple amplifier design which is based on the transistor. But before going, if we draw the characteristics power gain in low frequency to the high frequency, if we operate on y-axis, there is a power gain in dB, and x-axis there is a frequency. If we operate this power gain at low frequency, the transistor which are work at low frequency, but it can define a short circuit gain, that is in terms of h parameters, that is defined in terms of HFE. So if you observe at certain frequency it will be decreasing, and that frequency is called as cutoff frequency, that is FT. At certain frequency the short circuit gain, that is HFE, is constant. That power gain of low frequency, that is H beta, F beta, where the frequency constant and the frequency does not go to the below frequency and below the zero. So this is the frequency gain that we define in dB, and HFE is called as a short circuit gain. To define at higher order, we use the two-port network. So it is not sufficient to operate to define a new parameters at a low frequency. So we can use a two-port network which is based on transistor with two parameters. This transistor is nothing but a black box which characterized by the S parameter and characterization impedance Z0. So that is a two-port network which will be defined to implement the microwave amplifier design. Now if you observe also, there is when we compare the frequency response or power gain at higher frequency, that can be defined in terms of S parameter, that is S21 square. So this is for the higher frequency and that is called as Fs. That region, the frequency where this constant, after this the power gain will be decreasing and after some point it will be 0. And I want to define a frequency functions which is defined to design a frequency more than higher. So that time we define a new power gain, that is GT. So this is the region where the maximum frequency gain will be observed and that frequency is F max. So at that region the network engineer dealing with to design the maximum frequency gain so that we can operate at lower frequency or beyond that frequency. So that is the gain is called as a gain transducer gain. So network engineer or RF engineer designed to meet the mitigation to design an amplifier design to this region in terms of S parameter. So we define the S parameter as a two-port network by using transistor. Here the amplifier will be designed by the transistor. So a transistor will be work as a two-port network. So we define a two-port network, a transistor which is considered as a black box. So this is a transistor and it characterized by S parameter and characterization impedance Z0. So it is a two-port network. So at source side there is some voltage source that is given by Vs and there is some source impedance that is to be denoted by Zs. Similarly, at the load side there is some load so this is a source voltage, this is a source impedance, this is a load resistance. Due to the scattering matrix connected to the source load impedance, that is Zs and Zl respectively as shown in figure, we will derive the expression types of power gain in terms of the scattering matters, scattering parameters and two-port reflection coefficient. So due to a mismatch condition, so there is some reflection voltage which will be generated by the port 1, that is incident voltage which is denoted by plus V1. There is some reflected voltage which is generated by this two-port network, that is denoted by minus V1. Similarly, due to this again there is a mismatch condition, So again there is a incident voltage at port 2. There is also a reflecting voltage that is denoted by minus V2. So when the two ports are matching condition or complex conjugate, there is a reflection coefficient. So when we looking towards the source, that is reflection coefficient gamma s. When looking at a two port in the network, the reflection coefficient is gamma in. Similarly, when we looking towards the load, the reflection coefficient is gamma L. When we looking the reflection coefficient towards the output of the two port network, the gamma out. So this is about the a two port network with arbitrary source and load impedance. So this figure will be included. Figure A two port network with arbitrary source and load impedance. To define the amplifier design in terms of the power gain, we define 4 terms of the power which is related to this two port network. But before we define the reflection coefficients, when we looking towards the network or towards the load. So when we looking the reflection coefficient when seen towards the load, so reflection coefficient when we looking towards the load, then the reflection coefficient, that is gamma L, that is denoted by gamma L. So reflection coefficient in terms of ZL not Z naught plus ZL plus Z naught. Z naught is a real number and ZL is a complex number. So your reflection coefficient is a combination of real number plus complex number. When we looking towards the source from this, so we get a reflection coefficient of source in terms of source impedance ZS minus Z naught, ZS plus Z naught. So this is the equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. To define the design of amplifier, we must define gains, and gains must be defined of two port network in 3 terms: power gain, stability available power gain, and the transducer power gain. But before we define 4 different powers which are related to this circuit. So first one power which is related we define first definitions of a power which is related to the two port network. So which is very important while we dealing with calculation of power gain. So power available from the source, that is denoted by PAVS. So that is called power available from the source. Then where it will be lies. So this is here. So that is PAVS. So power available from the source from this. Then power available from the network. PANS denoted by PNS. So power available from the output network. Power available from the output network. So here will be seen the power available from the input network. So P in. Then we define the power available from the input network. Sorry, P in here, power available from the input network, and power available from the output network, that is to be PAN is here to the output network. So power available to the input network, when we looking to this input toward the input, that time we get the power delivered to the input of the network, input to the network of S. Then PL, power delivered to the load. So here we define the power delivered to the load, that is PL. So power delivered to the load. Now this is all about the basic definition of the power. Power available from the source, power available from the network, power available from the input network, power available from the delivered to the load. So in this network we see the various powers, reflection coefficient to the network. Now we define three definitions of the gain. So we can define that this amplifier will be designed in terms of the gain. So three definitions of a power gain. First one is a simple power gain. So first power gain is a simple power gain which is denoted by capital letter G. So that is, it is the ratio of power delivered to the load, power level available from the input network. So PL divided by P in, and here G is independent of the source impedance, that is ZS. Second power which is to be defined, power available, power gain. Second gain available power gain, that is denoted by capital letter G A. So power available from the network, power available from the source. So PAN, PAVN and PAVS. So that is the, and it is dependent upon GA is independent of ZL. independent of the ZL, independent of the load resistance or load impedance. Third power is called as a transducer power, which is a least power, which is very important functions, play important role in amplifier design. So transducer power gain. So transducer power gain, which is defined power delivered, it is denoted by capital letter G into T. So G of T, power available or power delivered to the load or dissipated to the load, power available from the source. So here transducer gain is dependent on both ZL and ZS. ZL and ZS. So it is dependent on load impedance as well as the source impedance. So whenever we deal with the gain of power, so if we calculate what is the role, what is the effect of load resistance, then we use the available power gain, this equation, because only it is independent of the source resistance. If we calculate what is the effect of source resistance, then we can calculate the available power gain, because it is independent of the load resistance. If we calculate what is the effect of both source impedance and load impedance, so that time we must be consider transducer power gain, because it is dependent on both quantities, that is source impedance as well as load impedance. So this power is least power, which is very important designing to the microwave amplifier design. So these are the three important definitions to the power gain. Now we have defined four powers: power available from the load, power available from the network, power available from the source, power available from the input network. So when input and output, when input and output are matched, means conjugate, that time we can say that the gain will be maximized. Then maximize gain is maximized. Gain is maximized. So in terms of, we can define G equal to GA into GT. So when source and load impedance are matched, means they are complex conjugate each other, that times this will be maximize the gain. So this is the condition. Now we'll define to calculate the reflection coefficient from the available source. So reflection coefficient from the input, so V in minus divided by V in plus 1. So reflected voltage at port 1, incident voltage, so gamma in is equal to V in minus V in plus. So that can be defined in terms of S parameter S11 plus S12 S21 gamma L divided by minus S22 into gamma L. If we put the value of reflection coefficient So we can get in terms of the input impedance. So Z in minus Z naught, Z in minus Z naught. So this is the equation number 3. If we calculate V1, which is a by voltage division rule, Vs plus Zin plus Zs plus Zin. So we get V1 plus Vin minus. So we can take the common values. So we can get from equation 3 V1 plus is equal to V1 plus gamma in terms of reflection coefficient. So that is equation number 4. So we can calculate V1 plus in terms of source voltage. So Vs divided by 2 1 gamma s reflection coefficient from the source, 1 minus gamma s into gamma in. So this is equation number 5. So if values are assumed to be all voltage, then the average power delivered to the network. So we can calculate P in is equal to, so it is power delivered to the network. So P in to be calculated. So 1 upon 2Z naught plus V1 plus bracket square 1 minus gamma in square. So put the value of V1 plus from the equation 5. So we can get power delivered to the network in terms of the voltage source. So P in is equal to Vs square 8Z naught 1 minus gamma s square divided by 1 minus gamma s into gamma in whole square into 1 minus into gamma in square. So this is the equation number 6, where we get the power delivered to the network in terms of the voltage source, in terms of reflection coefficient, characterized impedance, then source reflection coefficient, input reflection coefficient, all this. Now then we calculate similarly power delivered to the load. So if you observe this table, power delivered to the load, that is PL, from this, so we can calculate. Here the power is delivered to the load. So V1 plus Z naught 2. So we can put PL is equal to V1 plus square divided by 2Z naught in terms of S parameter S21 square minus 1 minus gamma L square divided by 1 minus S22 gamma L whole square. So we can put the power delivered to the loads in terms of source voltage. So power delivered to the load or dissipated to the load. So Vs square 8Z0 S21 square 1 minus gamma L square 1 minus gamma S square divided by 1 minus S22 gamma L bracket square 1 minus gamma S into gamma N. So power delivered to the load, that is equation number 6. Power delivered to the load is depending upon voltage source, character impedance as parameters, and reflection coefficient at load, reflection coefficient from the input network or source. Now, so power available from the source can be, maximum power can be delivered to the network occurs when the input impedance terminated conjugately match with the source impedance. So we can calculate power available from the source, and it will be maximized when is maximum power can be delivered, maximum power can be delivered to the network when input impedance means Zin is complex conjugate with the source impedance, complex conjugate with the source impedance. So PAVS, power available from the source, that is P in is equal to gamma in into complex conjugate of reflection coefficient of the source. So it's VA square minus 8Z0 1 minus reflection coefficient of the source divided by 1 minus gamma S into square. So this is, we can equation number, we can say that this is equation number 7. Similarly, we can power available from the network. So power available from the network is maximum that can be delivered to the load. So power available from the network which is to be delivered to the load is at condition only when load resistance equal to the output resistance. So gamma L equal to complex conjugate with the gamma out. So that is to be equal to Vs square divided by 8Z0 S21 square gamma 1 minus gamma out square 1 minus gamma S square divided by 1 minus S22 complex conjugate gamma out square 1 minus gamma S into gamma in. So whole bracket square. So this is the equation number 8, where the maximum available power which is delivered to the load, so which is depend upon the voltage source, character impedance as parameter, 2 port reflection coefficient at output, reflection coefficient of the source and input. So this is to be calculated. So observe that the power available from the source, power available from the can be expressed in terms of the voltage source independent of the input and load impedance. So it computes this quantities. So we can calculate by using these four powers. We can in next lecture we can calculate the gain in terms of these four powers in next lecture. So we can stop here. Thank you.